Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Tony's Picks Happy Hour here for July 4th, 2025. Shout out to everybody who joined us here on the Happy Hour. Happy 4th of July. I hope you had a nice start to your July 4th because there were definitely some fireworks on the early action as we seen runs plenty in the first two games to kickstart the day. Can't complain there for me. I only had one to kickstart the day, and it was the Reds on the money line. So, hey, 1-0 day to
There you
start for
go.
me. Somebody else over here, I think they had a couple overs. So, good start to the day over there. As we always do with the three Ramigos here today. Let's get to the cappers, and then we'll get right to what we got left on the slate here for the 4th of July. As I said, I hope you had a good one. So, let's get to it. Get on over to Ramon. How you doing here on the 4th of July, Ramon?
Well, it's a happy birthday to Ron as well here today. Celebrate more than just uh, Independence Day here, but
And I think Ramon hit the wrong one. Ejected himself up. Happy birthday!
I think those balloons took him away. Oh man!
You got one too many of them little hearts trying to go or something. The little balloon picked them up and took Ramon away.
He was
It
celebrating my balloons, and he just took him away. Right?
And
Yeah.
it took him away. That one balloon. Somebody popped it and dropped it back in. So let's bring
There
back in Ramon here.
did I make it? I made
Balloon
it
carried
crash.
you away, man.
Such
Yep.
I made it crash there. But okay, I know where I left off. I know because I had two winners in the grass courts of Wimbledon, and I had a couple of winners there with those overs today, and just hope I can make it through this segment.
Let's hope. Just don't grab onto any more balloons. You won't float away. You'll be
I know
good.
there was yeah.
That
No
was
more,
awesome.
no more special effects have been canceled.
Yes, sir.
I don't know where to Ron. Happy birthday, Ron. Hope it's
Thank
so
you,
far
guys. I
a
see,
good one
I
for
see
you.
my
So
lovely
happy
wife
birthday.
chat and my daughter, so it's nice to see them supporting today. But yeah, a good night last night. Nice winning night for me. Best bet winner on the Seattle Storm. That was touch and go though, wasn't it? And then of course knocked it out of the park with the Angels plus the 120 outright as a dog. That's my MLB Diamond Crusher. So yeah, good night. And today I'm on the board now. I got a game in the fifth inning. We'll see what the Twins do, but I am on the Twins.
Close no score, nothing in that one. Crazy.
Yeah, nothing yet.
Padlock dealing and little dealing. So we've seen 5 hits in that game so far through 5 innings. So if you're on the under, definitely looking good there. Hey, let's get it started here in today's MLB. What we got left, anyways, we got 9 games left on the MLB slate of things. So we'll kick it off with the first 5. We got Texas taking on the Padres. We've got the Angels taking on the Blue Jays. We got Detroit taking on the Guardians. We got Milwaukee taking on the Marlins. And we got Baltimore into Atlanta to take on the Braves. Kick it on over to Ramon to get us started. What do you like in the first 5, Ramon?
Man, I got to roll with these Jays to go over. I would think in this one, we're going up against Hendricks here. The thing about Hendricks, I know he'll go long even if he kind of gives up some runs. You know, he's that kind of pitcher right now in his career. I don't know even if he gets touched up here if he leaves the game very early, unless it's an absolute disaster. He may end up giving up runs every couple runs here, couple runs there, and still get his outs prop maybe in this one, but I still think it goes over. The Angels still hitting pretty well here of late as well. Lowry's had a good season, but I think maybe some signs of regression. Give up those 3 earned runs. His last start, the Angels been, we know they can slug a little bit here with their home runs this season with their with Ward and the crew. So I'm going to go over here for sure in this one, especially once we get to that Angels bullpen.
Head on over to Ron. What do you like here in the first 5 MLB?
Yeah, I said it last night. We talked about the Toronto Blue Jays, how hot they are. Man, they are really hot. And now they get an Angels team who just can't hit left-handers. Give me the Blue Jays to keep it rolling there. And I'm going to look at, of course, my spreadsheet play of the day is the Detroit Tigers at minus 120 with Olsen going against Slade Ciccone. Just Detroit's just the better ball club. I know we didn't see it too much there in Washington this weekend or this past week, but I'm going to look at the Detroit Tigers and at my spreadsheet play of the day.
Mhm.
I'm going to take the under in that game. I think it's a lower scoring matchup between those two. We know the Guardians sometimes have trouble scoring runs at times, and I think it could be one of those spots. At 8.5, yeah, I'm going to take the under. I think Olsen has himself a good start. I think Zacconi has a half decent start there for the Guardians as well. So give me the under 8.5 in that matchup. And man, that Blue Jays game I'm not touching at all. That thing was the Blue Jays were opened at a minus 165. I see it at minus 135 in places. That means it's a $30 line move on that number. There's a lot of money betting in on the Angels, or somebody knows something about something. So I'm going to pass on that game in that one. And then looking at Baltimore and Atlanta, I'm going to take a shot, like I said on the morning show, with the Orioles here in this one. I don't want to lay that kind of price with Atlanta. 4-6 their last 10, inconsistent. I know Baltimore on the road hasn't been the greatest, but we've seen them at times step up and win some games. This is definitely a value play on Baltimore, and I'll grab them at the plus 165 I see on them there. So give me the Orioles there in that one.
Yeah, Morton, just a 2.88 ERA. I know a lot of people make fun of him, but 2.88 ERA last month.
Right?
Old man Morton. And he played in Atlanta. Remember that too, yeah.
In those rainy games, it was rainy, so we know that those old manny joints set to hurt a little bit. So he got some extra time off with those rainy games, but he just seems to be mowing right along. So it's just like I said, one of those value plays. I have to take a shot with Baltimore there. Hey, let's head on to the night slate of things. We got 4 games we're looking at here on the night action. We got the White Sox heading into Colorado to take on the Rockies. We got the Astros into LA to take on the Dodgers. We got the Royals in to take on Arizona. And we got the Giants to take on the home within the Athletics. We'll kick it on over to Ron to get it started. What do you like there in those 4?
Yeah, my Royals, like you said, they were spreadsheet dog of the day yesterday. We're going to go right back to them. I love Bubic. And, Bubic is he started out really well. And, if you look at his WAR, it's like a 2.54. He's a really good pitcher up there with the best of them this year. So I'm going to look at Bubic because I know we get that Arizona bullpen. It's going to explode. Even with the Royals not scoring runs, they can probably even score runs on this bullpen. And how about the White Sox? Are they favored on the road? That means something to me. I'll take them. Give me the White Sox. That's probably the worst game of the night, or I guess the best one if you want to tune in for that one. But yeah, give me the White Sox. They're favored minus 125. I'll take them all day long. We still don't know what's going on with Sensatella. He's up, he's down. He could give up 8 in the first inning for all we know. So definitely give me the White Sox in that one.
Headed on over to Ramon. What do you like here in the late night MLB, Ramon?
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Dodgers here on the run line over the Astros. I mean, they're scorching right now. I know they've had, maybe not the toughest schedule there a little bit, but I know Kasperius in here. I'm sure he's starting. You could probably get an opener with one of these guys, but then it'll be Roboleski and Noah Davis got called up. He'll be throwing some innings here. Doesn't matter. All the Dodger pitchers are great. Seems too easy here against McCullers and that 6.5 ERA. Struggling with his command for sure. He's had 4+ earned runs in 3 of his last 5 starts. So I'd imagine these guys, even with them, Muncy out of the lineup, these guys have plenty of bats here and can take advantage of it and lay the 1.5 with those Dodgers. Ew.
Not this guy. I'll be fading the El Niños here in this spot. I cannot take the Dodgers here in this one. I'll take the Astros. Another one of those value plays. Look at this price you get on the Astros here in this one. I don't want to be laying a minus 180, as Ramon alluded to, with some shaky bullpen guys and hoping that they can hold down the fort. Not trying to hold down the fort on my $1.80, that's for sure. I'll take the big plus money you get with the Astros here. Why? Because the Astros have been actually pretty good. Money line this season following a loss. Well, 26-8 following a loss. They're also in their road games versus teams that are outscoring them. So the teams that you figure are better offensively, which is the Dodgers. We know the Dodgers offensively are way better, but the Astros in these spots, in those since dating back to 2023, 9-1 straight up for the Astros against teams that are outscoring their opponents by over a run or more than what they are. So Yeah, I'm going to take the Astros there at that plus price. Another value play for me. And then, you know what? Give me the Rockies at that plus price of Sensatella, a team that just played the Dodgers, did the White Sox, and they actually battled them pretty fairly well in that series. Gave them all they could handle and then some. I just think it's a tough spot after you have to face the Dodgers, the late night game, and then you have to go into Colorado. That elevation change, you're going from sea level to elevation. I'm going to take a shot with the Rockies. We know their offense has not been horrible. I think they are able to score some runs on Hauser. And even if they don't, then we know the bullpen can give up some as well. And Sensatella, hey, sometimes you get crappy Sensatella or you get the ace Sensatella. And I don't know what it is, but the Rockies love to play over the last few, and he's been dealing. They won 3 of his last 4 starts. So give me the Rockies at the plus price. Home dog, I believe, after July in Colorado, usually pretty good. So I'll take a shot with the Rockies in that one. We're definitely all over, right? And in not agreement on July 4th. So definitely we're fighting and duking it out a little, I see here on a Friday afternoon. But hey, sometimes we don't agree on all the plays. That's why we have opinions, right? We're not we're just like, you like that, I like this, you like that. It is what it is. And let's see how this goes heading on to the lone CFL game on the board tonight. Since the W took it off here, they're having their own fireworks celebrations going on. We return back to the WNBA action tomorrow with a couple games on the slate. So let's head on over to the CFL action, see if this line's moved any more from the 4 that I did see. To move anymore? Nah, still stuck at the 4. Hamilton taking on the Argonauts here. Hamilton laying 4 in this one from the opener of 1.5. Total I seen was at 51.5, went up as high as 53.5, back down to about 52.5. Heading over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one, Hamilton or Toronto?
Last year's 3 meetings between the two teams averaged 57 points and were all decided by 3 points. I got to go over here. Figure Toronto's going to be in this one. It'll be some crazy, 28-26, 28-27, 25-20, something right in there. I would think both teams in the mid to high 20s. I have it as an over here in this one. Both teams definitely not where they want to be here right now and looking sub 500 after a few games. So we'll see. Toronto, I mean, they're a dog and they just keep pressing here on Hamilton. I don't want to disrespect the Toronto Argonauts here. I probably want to think that I can grab those points, but let me take the over here for sure after seeing what I saw last year when these two teams met. I mean, all the scores were exactly like I just said, so why wouldn't it be today?
Heading on over to Ron. What do you like here in tonight's CFL action?
Yeah, I agree with the over. Both defenses are pretty much hurting right now. Toronto can't run the ball. Toronto can't stop the run. I know that the Hamilton Ticats fans travel very well. There's going to be probably a lot of them out there tonight. But this line started out at 1.5 Toronto, and it was 53. So, like I said, I do like the over. But now it's 4, almost 4.5 for the Ticats. I don't buy it. Give me back. I'm going to go back where the original lines makers said Toronto. Give me Toronto plus 4.5.
Yeah, I agree. At 1.5, where it was, like this thing opened 1.5 and it's up to 4 now. So everybody's definitely figuring Hamilton in the spot. It's crazy. This line flipped, really. I believe it's Toronto opened on this 1.5, and now Hamilton's the favorite by a lot. So that means a lot of people on Hamilton in this game. And Toronto, you look just one of those spots. I get why. It's Hamilton playing bad teams over the last couple seasons. 6-0 straight up against teams with losing records in this spot. Hamilton in road games versus 4 defensive teams, 7-0 in this spot. So I get it. I see the numbers wise, but this Argos squad, no slouches. Their first game back at home off of a road game. Hey, 15-4 in this spot over the last couple seasons. And then when they've had their offense going, like Art Buckles had this Toronto Argonauts offense rolling, where they've been averaging about 7.6 yards a play or more in that previous game, 15-2. As everyone alluded to, love the over. I think we're in for a barn burner here in this one. Hamilton in their road games over the last couple seasons, 8-1. Hamilton coming off division games, 9-0 to that over. Hamilton off a road win, 7-0 to the over. So my play, I got to grab the over here in this one. I think we see plenty of points with a lean to Toronto grabbing the 4 points. And as you alluded to, it has been a 3-point win by Hamilton that's covered the last 3 by 3 points. So
yeah, they won them all, right?
Yeah, they won all 3 last year, did Hamilton, but by 3 points. It was 27-24. I believe it was 34-31 was the other one. But yeah, it was all wins by Hamilton by 3 points. So I see why the line moved for Hamilton, but this went way too far now. You got to grab Toronto plus the points. And probably what comes down to, maybe it'll be the first one we see win it by a field goal to get the job done in the CFL. We haven't seen one of those yet this year. We're due for one of those finish it right at the last second type of games. We've seen the 9-second kick return, but not the as the clock expires, kick it through the uprights. So we'll see that one there, but I really do think we're for a good one. Yeah, I haven't watched the CFL. Check it out. Tonight's good night to check it out because we're definitely going to see some offense.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the team's records here. In fact, Lawler, I mean, you got to contain Lawler. If Lawler has a big game, then Hamilton probably can. They'll win. They'll win if he has a big game. They might even cover, but he might get a couple of touchdowns. Lawler tonight.
See, we're most likely Lawler a couple touchdowns. Lawler.
No, I know. I mean, I'm on Toronto there too, but if we're going to see a game like that, I mean, he's got huge expectations tonight. I actually haven't looked at the prices yet, but I mean, he's got to be set up for a pretty strong game.
Pretty good night. Yep. Hey, that wraps up here for the 4th of July sports action. Brings us to the player prop game in the future. We'll leave it up to the capper to decide in this section, whatever they got for us, and then let us know what you got going over at Tony's Picks to finish out the 4th of July's action, because that's where you can find our best bets is over at Tony'sPicks.com. The bets that we got our money on. Let's head it on over to the birthday boy to get us started here. What do you got for us tonight?
I got an MLS pick. We won last night easily. New York FC won by 3-1 score there. I was on the under 2 with you, Ramon. Unfortunately, we didn't get that done. Own goal killed us right there. We would have had the under 3.5. But that's okay. I'm going to look at the MLS. Give me the Minnesota United over FC Dallas tonight in that one. KBO did hit last night with Kia. We're going to go back to with that one. Give me the LG Twins tonight. And what I got for sale, pretty much everything's gone. Like the 3-pack went off with Minnesota, but my MLB Diamond Crusher last night killed it with the Angels. You can get that one right now at Tony's Picks if you want that one. But baseball is heating up for me in the last 30 days. And of course, got back in the win column last 3 out of 4 now in the W, and we'll be looking at the W this weekend. So make sure you get that long-term package. You know, Ramon's been hot in the W, and there's, of course, Rod's hot in baseball. Pair us up, get that money. You 2 cappers in your pocket. That's going to make you money all through this holiday weekend.
Definitely head on over, pair us up. Want yourself a big holiday weekend here. Head on over to Ramon. What do you got for us tonight, Ramon?
Yeah, I'm not going to stop firing in Major League Soccer because of a soccer match because of some own goal. So I'm going to go. I'll give it a double endorsement though there with Minnesota tonight, Ron, for sure. But let me go to your Kansas City club here against Colorado. Look, we know that Kansas City does not play well against Colorado at all. They never win here. Here for sure. They've gained a couple of draws, but I don't think they've won here in at least 5 or 6 years. So, but Colorado's no great thing either right now. So I've got this one probably 1-0 or 1-1 or 2-0 Colorado. Real low scoring game. I'm going to go under here with Kansas City and Colorado. I almost want to give Kansas City a chance on the handicap line with +0.5, but let me just take under here. Even 2.5, a little bit of plus money or you can probably get under 3 if you want to be more conservative at maybe lay it just a little bit minus $15.20. But I like under here for sure. Colorado, I got them for just 1 or 2. Very little chance they get 3, and Kansas City might not even score. Over at Tony's Picks tonight, I do have a 3-pack left in Major League Baseball. I've already come through with a couple of winners today with some overs. there. And I've also got my $19 discount best bet tonight as well. It's in Major League Soccer in the late game with Vancouver and Galaxy. So check me out over at TonySpix.com and use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20%. Happy birthday to Ron Crawford.
Definitely. Hey, Ramon, those Colorado Rapids MLS matches at home. Hey, 7 straight unders at Dick's Sporting Goods Park there in Colorado. 7 straight unders on the under 3 there in that match. So, yeah, definitely not a bad spot. I see the 2.5 in my bucket plus 155. As you were talking about it, I have to tell you. So, I definitely follow you.
Yeah, I was also thinking, considering Colorado under 2 goals, maybe under 1.5 is plus 165, but that kind of gets you into where you can start going 1-0 or 1-1 exact score for kind of the same money. But you get the gist what I'm saying about this game.
Yeah. And so I was at the stat that I seen this saying, hey, they made 7 straight in the.
Rod's going to make another MLS.
I might. I'm really it's just I like that one. It's pretty good. It's
he's undefeated. Watch out.
Ron knows this Kansas City team. I don't know if he's.
They suck. Okay. Especially as underdogs. Hey, especially as underdogs, they are horrible, man. Horrible.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll give them credit for that 1-1 draw against Real Salt Lake. I mean, like I said,
they won't even let them play at Arrowhead.
Yeah.
They got to go to Children's Mercy Hospital Park out in Overland Park, Kansas to play. So, yeah, they don't even let them play at Arrowhead.
Yeah, usually when they win,
well, Mahomes is an owner. Mahomes is an owner in that franchise too.
He needs to spend his money here and get some expectations. They have not. The expectations were a little higher than this for sure.
That's true. Yes.
And for me, I got a little 2-teamer for you. We're going to take the Astros and take the homeless. A little 2-teamer for you. The Astros with the homeless. And then we're going to throw in, what else we got there? What was that? 7. Give me Yelich for a home run and an RBI for the Brew Crew in the Marlins game there. Give me Yelich for a home run and an RBI. Throw those in there as well. Hey, that wraps up the happy hour show for the 4th of July. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Rose like, I'm not touching the fireworks again. It's freaking out last time. Actually, no, it was the balloons. The balloons took you away. The fireworks were good. It was the
fireworks. We got to do July 4th fireworks, right? We got
see, the fireworks were good.
Right,
it's once you did
fireworks, come back with your hands.
The balloons made it crash there. I thought it was because I used that. It said don't use the touch-up feature, and I forgot to turn it off. So I know I don't look as good as usual here, but.
So I thought you were a balloon and you were ready to take off? Is that what
it took him right off.
You probably thought my head was a balloon, is what it was.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Way up.
Back to Kansas. Watch the Sporting Kansas City.
Raise up. What happened?
Yeah, it's 2-1.
It was 1-0.
It's 2-1.
Yeah,
I hated going against them because if you look at the Rays, they're actually the best underdog on the road this year, 16-8. So, it was a tough spot to go against them, but I really liked Minnesota today.
Yeah,
should have just took them first 5, would have cashed.
That goofy face I made wasn't when Rod picked against me. It was when McNeil just hit a 2-run home run last inning to make it 6-5. So they're having a great game with the 2 New York teams. Going to be a good series. And, the Yankees might be falling further behind, Rod.
Yes. See, as a Blue Jays fan, we're fine that the Mets are deciding to wake up here against the Yankees. We don't mind that at all.
Yeah.
We don't mind.
Yeah, they've blown that. They've found a way to blow that.
Ever since Stanton came back, guys, I'm telling you, the guy's a cancer. It's like Russell Westbrook. Don't put him on your team.
I see some stat numbers or somewhere that the Blue Jays have this many wins. They haven't had this many wins since 1993. And well, hey, guess what? We're not going to jinx anything. But
is that the year you carried over the title? Is that the year you carried over the title because there was no season? You won 2 years in a row, right? Wasn't that? After Carter
93, 94.
Yeah. And the Braves got you in 95.
It said, Rod, it said the best 87 game start, basically.
Yeah,
there you go.
Best 87 game start for any Blue Jays team, I would say. Amazing. Still a lot. Halfway there. We got a long way to go. Let's hope.
Kind of a makeshift lineup. You know, you got some prospects out there. You got,
Yeah, that's what I think Ron Sheets there with. I think Stanton's a great clubhouse guy, but it messes the chemistry of the lineup up. Is what
obviously has. Obviously.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We'll catch you again on Monday's happy hour show. But, hey, we still have a morning show here at Tony's Picks tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Tune in. Tony, me, and the gang will all be here on the Saturday show. So definitely tune in 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Have yourself a wonderful Friday evening, everybody. Enjoy the fireworks. Enjoy the festivities. Enjoy the barbecue, whatever you're doing here on the 4th of July celebrations. Don't be too loud, neighbors of the South, because I like a little bit of sleep here on my night. So don't be too loud. We know
good decisions tonight. Yeah,
definitely make good decisions.
Don't drink and drive. If you're gonna pass out, do it in your front lawn.
Right, that's the best place to go. Is right on your front lawn. Thanks, everybody. Have yourself a good evening.
Thanks for the birthday wishes, guys. We'll see you Monday.
See you guys. Have a good one.